Tom Vasel. Welcome to Lookback. We take a look at reviews that I did a year, 5 years, and 10 years ago to kind of tell you where I'm at on them now. So let's go back a year ago this week. I reviewed Kids Against Maturity, which is Cards Against Humanity for kids, which is about as bad as it sounds because it's made for kids and has really dorky things. It's so much one-sided poop jokes, and there's a lot of double entendre stuff in there, which why would I want that in a game for kids? It's kind of like, oh, parents, you can play too. Did not like it at all. Passing Through Petra. This is a really cool looking game. A game about collecting tiles in Petra, which is one of the neatest places on earth, in my opinion. The gameplay, though, was fairly boring, unfortunately. And moving these tiles through the walls sounded like a cool idea, but didn't really mean anything at the end. Muria is a game, a hand builder of sorts, which is a really cool game with neat ideas, and I loved playing it until I realized that everyone kind of has to do everything in a game, and each game is going to play out pretty much the same way. Most or Least is a party game that, you know, you're guessing if something's a most or least. It's a nice little party game, maybe a bit forgettable. Meowie. This is a game that has to do with cats. It's one of those games where everyone plays a card and you reveal them, trying to play the right card to win these ones in the middle. It's nice and it has some nice artwork. Spin-Off, which was played a lot last week at Dice Tower West. A big mechanical game where you're trying to move the ball so it spins and you want your ball to be the one to spin into the thing. It's fun. It is big to store though. Haven. I've actually moved this one up. This two-player game from Ryan Lockett has been really growing on me, but it's slightly asymmetrical, has really cool theming, beautiful artwork, and plays, I think, in a reasonable amount of time. Wander, The Cult of Barnacle Bay. This is a big, grandiose game which looks like a Cool Mini or Not game, and it was made by someone who used to work for them. But it's kind of like one of these dungeon crawlers where you're going through and fighting these creatures that have turned, you know, you're fighting land shark bears, which is cool in of itself. I like it. You can still see some rough edges around the design of it, but it's a lot of fun. And then Wildlands Adventuring Party. This is another expansion for Wildlands. I love Wildlands, and this having an adventuring party worked really well. Another cool expansion for that game. 5 years ago, I reviewed Bycatch, which is a game which was, the feature of this was, you can use your phone and reach around and look at your cards. It's just failed miserably. Not a good game. Alpha Bandits, a game, a word game with take that elements. Nope. Worst game ever, which was, I guess, trying to be the worst game ever. It's actually not horrible. It's okay. It's a game in which you follow different rules and play different cards and stuff. Definitely trying to sell based on the name, but Pictomania, a game in which you're drawing and guessing at the same time. It's a fine party game from Vasel. I liked it, fine. I would play it again. It's kind of an enjoyable spin on this genre. And DC Comics Dice Masters. I brought this down slightly, as I brought down all Dice Masters slightly. Still really enjoy it, and the thing I was super excited when this came out 5 years ago was that now DC could be against Marvel, and I'm still happy about that. 10 years ago, I took a look at Adventure of D. Now this is interesting. The Adventures of D is a game that's actually being redone now. I would not have been as kind to it today as it was 10 years ago. Very amateur artwork, very low quality components, and so I know some people go, ooh, that's charming. Nowadays, I would just say that's low quality. Now, maybe it's gotten better. A little card game adventuring thing worked fine. I'll have to wait until the new reprint comes out. Catacombs. I reviewed that 10 years ago. Now, this one is an 8. The new version with better graphics gets the 8.5, but I still did enjoy the original Catacombs, the flicking dungeon crawling game. And then Heroescape. Now, I played Heroescape more than 10 years ago, but I did a complete overview of Heroescape. Still one of my favorite games of all time. It's a pain to set up, it's a pain to store, but man, it is just toys on the table. And that's Lookback, folks. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.